Hello, every-nyaaan. How are you guys doing today? I am your local cat slime, Ceylon Cross, and we're back for another Magic Monday. Playing my go-to Pauper deck, it seems. We're playing Bogles. It's been a hot minute since I've streamed here, just life getting in the way, but you know what? We're here to have a fun day today. Yeah. So we're going to be playing just a quick stream here. Just going to be doing one league with the good old Boggle deck. And then kind of yapping in between rounds. I got some stuff I want to reflect on for the current like Magic news and stuff like that. And some updates I want to share for my EDH deck collection. Yeah. Just cause, you know, some interesting things have happened, and I just kind of want to yap a bit. So yeah, we are playing Bogles today. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. Playing some cartouches, we're playing Sentinel's Eyes, the usual ramp spells, the usual pump spells. Playing 2 ram through in the main. Just cause seems sweet. Want to try playing 2 instead of just 1 for a change. Sideboard, fairly straightforward, running a couple of Masks of Law and Grace. This is really to help against things like the Crypt Rats and Quarkland Shamans of the world. Standing Bearers are pretty important against things like Caw Gates, other Boggles matches, Elves, that sort of thing. Again, Tamiya Safekeeping here is just like super relevant. A couple Pyroblasts, blue matchups and stuff like that. Mainly fairies. We just kind of suck against fairies. One of the deck's natural weaknesses there. Flaring Pain, going up against any sort of like Gardens Fog deck. This kind of sucks. Mono white as well. We need Flaring Pain to help break through Prismatic Strands and stuff. And Fairy Macabre, because we cannot let 5-land Spy win ever. We have to hope to draw this always. But yeah, that's the quick and dirty deck overview. I love Bogles so much. It's just such a fun deck where you are the aggressor more times than not, and being aggressive itself is interaction sometimes, as weird as that is. Yeah, it's just a fun deck for me. So I need something quick and fun today just because there's so much more I need to do IRL. But yeah, we'll make the most of it for sure. Anyway, let's get on to the league. Yeah. Let's start her up. See what we can do in round 1 here. Oh, and we get round 1 very quickly. When the die roll, that is always a good sign. We have dudes and things. This is also a very good sign. I think I'm going to keep this. We can quite easily like Glade Cover Scout into like Utopia Sprawl Ledgewalker here. Which I think we're going to do. Opponent mulligan to 5, which is interesting. Wind Scarred Crag. Wonder what this could be. All right. Let's see here. I could just go for like an Ethereal Armoire. If this is some sort of bully deck. I still feel like getting an Ancestral Mask on like a Ledgewalker is the way to go though. So I think Ledgewalker is our go-to. Let's get down. Utopia Sprawl, we're going to pick white, because of course we are. And we'll play a Ledge Walker. Pass the turn. Raven Inspector. Okay, so this is a sort of like Boros Bully sort of deck list, I'm imagining. Boros Garrison. Yup. I am glad we've got the Ledge Walker down. Makes getting through this a lot easier. All right. And now we are set. Got an 8/8, basically unblockable hexproof first strike here. They can only block really with the core Skyfisher. Have a Rafine's Informant. You may connive. If they hit Prismatic Strands, that is absolutely backbreaking. Ooh, can't even talk. Faithless Looting. All right. I see Rally. Expected that. And another Looting. Unfortunately, we cannot one-hit KO them here. We can, however, get very close. I'm pretty sure they're digging for their Prismatic Strands, which is a very reasonable play. They could, like, freebie attack with, like, Raven Inspector here, but I don't know if they're going to. Alright, we got Squadron Hawk. This is a really OG feeling list here. I'm assuming they're going to get 3 more Hawks. They do get 3 more Hawks. There's the Battle Screech. Alright, so they have some roadblocks. Let's get in here, because I think they chump block here. Maybe they take the 1. They don't take the 1. Smart move. But at least we get rid of 2 of their blockers here. They have a Hawk. So they've got 4 total turns of chump blockers, unless we grab a trample effect, which is very possible here. Oh, hey there, Toucan. Did I miss Spider-Man? No, you have not. Spider-Man previews at time of this stream are ongoing. Ooh, summon Chocomog. Pretty good, pretty good. That's interesting. I don't... Yeah, I think you shouldn't have hit with the Hawk there, buddy. And don't worry about being a little late there, Toucan. I started very, very late today. Closer to 2:30 than I had wanted to, but that's life. All right, so we do want some Flaring Pains here. I feel like that is a very important thingum. And maybe some safekeepings helps get us out of Thraben Charm range here. Ram throughs feel great. Essential Lies really all that interesting right now? I don't think so. And I might squeeze one Ancestral Mask out. There we go. Oof, this is a slower hand. So we've got a Sprawl and a couple of Rumbles to go find things. My worry is that they just get off the ground faster than we do. You know what? I'm gonna try it. Something in the back of my head is saying keep. So I'm gonna try this. Hello, Flaring Pain. I'm gonna pick red. Let's see if the opponent does anything about that. Dawnbringer Cleric. Probably going to destroy our Utility Sprawl. Wow, we've got both of them here. That is actually kind of crazy. All right, so we have Ethereal Armor and we have a Scout. We have one or the other. What am I looking for? I feel like I am looking more for the Scout because we need creatures that don't die. This can die to Bolt, can die to all sorts of things here. Yeah, definitely going to be yapping a little bit about the Spider-Man stuff, Edge of Eternities, all sorts of magic things. Just kind of rambling, honestly, in between rounds here. But, I mean, that's what you guys come for, I'm assuming. Definitely not this riveting gameplay of a little guy flailing about trying to not lose. Nope. All right. Let's see here. I think I am going to sack the Duder, get him a Malevolent Rumble here. I like Silhana Ledgewalker. I do also like Ancestral Mask. There's nothing that blocks the Ledgewalker right now, so that's kind of crazy. I do have a Rancor though, which makes blocking on this a lot less appealing. I think I'm going to take the Ancestral Mask here. I am actually just going to pass the turn. I think I can untap next turn, Scout Ancestral Mask, and they don't have much in the way of things that can wipe my Scout away. They're going to hawk it up, probably get another 3 Hawks here. Bring them back to a full grip. They do in fact grab 3 Hawks. Probably attack for 4? No, they Battle Screech. Fair. Another Scout. I'm kind of glad to see that, honestly. All right, so we have a 5/3. Nothing extraordinary right now, but it is going to get better with time. Even if they Dawnbringer Cleric get rid of our Ancestral, this is still pretty good. They also, well, they can also just completely go for it. They probably have a rally. They did not rally. Good for us. Revoke existence. Fair. And a Thraben Inspector. Okay. Well, I think we are just dead. Not liking that. Yeah, this hand ended up being way too slow. Which I do not care for. Plains, okay. Chocomog, okay. Let's see, on a scale of 1 to 10, are we actually dead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are not, but there's no way we're winning on the crackback here or have like an answer to them. So no, we're going to game 3. Let's see here. So I was correct to try and bring in the safekeepings. I think we just got a mulligan better. I think that is literally it. Do we ram through here? Is it necessary? Getting rid of a Chocomog is probably a good thing. Let's see, is this a better hand? We got a Boggle into like a nothing burger. This also feels very slow. I like the safekeeping, don't get me wrong. I think it feels way too slow. This is a do nothing hand. Oh. Dang. I'm gonna keep this. I think we get rid of the Glade Cover Scout. As much as it pains me, I think we get rid of the Abundant Growth. Ooh, untapped land to start. Oh. We got both safekeepings here, which is kind of cool. Our defense is down for a turn. Them running Revoke Existence in the side instead of like Dust to Dust kind of sucks. There's the Thraben Charm. Come on, deck. Give me a land, give me a land, give me a land. Almost a land. How many lands are in this deck? 17. There's one of them. Alright. There's this. Never played Pauper, heard it's expensive, solved, and hide power. Solved? Not exactly. There are definitely high power decks, and there are definitely decks that people know about, but I would not say that it is like you just play this deck, and this deck, and that's your rock, paper, scissors. Definitely not the case. And all things considered, it is not that expensive. If you can buy a single if you can buy a single commander deck, like for $100, €100, you can buy a Pauper deck, maybe even 2 Pauper decks. I'm fully anticipating them. Oh, they just don't. Okay. Abundant growth here. I missed out on a point of damage, but I think that's fine. I want to keep up the safekeeping here because Ethereal Armor is going to be doing some heavy lifting. Squadron Hawk, you may in fact hawk. You may cacaw. Let me actually look here. So this Bogles deck is roughly $60. Like, it ranges in price from like $40 to $60, depending on the build, US. So, you know, something like 40, 50 euro. Not too bad. A lot of decks also just reasonable. I know that like Blue Fairies is what, about $50, $60 US. So again, something that's relatively reasonable here. I'm going to play a Boggle because I can try to diversify threats here, since they've got a bunch of chump blockers as it stands. They've got 2 more Hawks in hand. I draw another pump and Boggle becomes a good threat. There's another cacaw. Their life gain duder doing a lot here. Another Battle Screech. At least they're not attacking my like Ethereal Armor or Mana Base at the moment, which is kind of nice. Here's another Abundant Growth. We get in there with the Ledge Walker again. We're paring down their dudes if at all possible. But they've got such a buffer here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 mana total. They could go up to 5. Have what? A Rally the Peasants here. And I mean, that hurts. That like is probably game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I just drew a lot of mana and not a lot of anything here. Do they disturb the Lunarch Veteran? They do not. Wow, just actual factual nothing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't die now. But it is very, very possible that they just have Rally the Ancestors and I die now, or like even a Chocomog is pretty backbreaking. All right. think our deck just decided not to do the thing. Yeah, our deck decided not to do the thing this game. That is unfortunate. Oh, Armadillo Cloak would have been great. Serial Armor would have been great. Darn. Yeah, we were so close to actually drawing out of that, but not this time, deck. Not this time. All right, let's see if I can get... Well, let me do one more match here, and then I'm going to start yapping and do stuff. Yeah, so it's been an interesting summer so far for Magic. I don't know how it is where y'all are, but I know that has been pretty... Wow, this would be great. Ooh, I'm gonna try it. To keep this. We got Gully Cover Scouts for days. It has been very weird trying to get Magic product locally the last couple months. Local game stores are just sold out of a lot of stuff. I know Edge of Eternities has been very hard to come by at local game stores. Final Fantasy flew off the shelves immediately, and then there was basically no restock whatsoever. So it has been very strange to try and... Ooh, okay, this deck. Gotcha. It's been very strange to try and like support local game stores right now for new product and stuff. When it's just not viable. Simply refuse to touch paper Magic anymore. I mean, yes and no. I very, very much like paper Magic. But I don't have a lot of opportunities to play paper Magic. Given my work schedule and location and stuff. But you know, that's just how it is currently. I love to tweak my EDH decks, which is something I'm going to yap about in between rounds after this. But of course, I'm just like a degenerate gambler and I love cracking packs. So like, that's how I cope. Okay, this guy's going to crash in for 4. I'm going to block 1. Oh, they don't. Fascinating. I honestly could have done that and had Utopia Sprawl out at the same time. Whatever. Would have gotten me 2 more points of damage. Either way, I'm still 2-turning this guy. Anyway. I think a lot of talking head Magic content creators have hit the nail on the head that just there is a lot of product fatigue. Like an absolute ton of product fatigue. What do I want to cut here? I'm going to get rid of 1 ramp through. And it's just, it's very tiring. I mean, that's what the whole fatigue thing is, right? It's just very tiring. Having grown up, you know, having entered Magic when it was literally just 4 sets a year. Like the 3 set block plus core set. Wow, this really doesn't do anything, does it? I'm gonna mulligan that. This goes pretty hard. No, I can't mulligan. All right, well, I am a dum-dum. I'm gonna get rid of the second Armadillo Cloak. I am really stupid. All right. I completely glossed over the fact that I don't have a forest. Whatever. It's just kind of crazy that I can't like sit here and enjoy the set that's just come out, because we're already looking 2 sets into the future, right? We're already looking at, we've been looking at Spider-Man for the last 2 months. We're looking at Avatar: The Last Airbender now. And Final Fantasy is like, I don't even know really more than like 5 cards out of Final Fantasy. I barely know more than like 4 cards out of Edge of Eternities. It's kind of crazy. I think opponents got this because I was just dumb and didn't mulligan correctly. It's entirely corporate, and I mean, yeah, it is. Ginger Brute, interesting. I didn't think the Rally Red was playing Ginger Brute. That's a very interesting vibe. Nope. Alright, I'm going to concede here because we would have been good if we hit a land. We did not hit a land. Tommy of Safekeeping is also kind of good just for the life gain side, right? Maybe I can mulligan better now. Now that I like understand what I need to do. Having this is a really good solution. I'm going to keep and hope we get there. Pretty much. Pew. I mean, aside from the like negative like feedback loop of just like, oh, I am so done with the continuous hype cycle. Whoa, hello. Hold on, guys. We got a reader here. Hearth Charm. Instant. 1 red. Destroy target artifact creature. That's kind of sick. Attacking creatures gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked. Wow, a 1 mana Anthem in red. From Visions. Dude, that's kind of crazy. But like getting away from that for a second here, like I will admit that that some of the Spider-Man cards are like really hilarious in like a good fun way. Like they're just so funny and just completely vibing. Like the Day Jonah Jameson one is just exquisite. It gives Spider-Man menace because he's a menace. I love it. It's just so on point. All right, can we get there? Can we get a thing? No, we cannot get a thing. All right. Problem is we can't appreciate them in the flood. Exactly. Oh, I should have attacked for 1 there. Whatever. Exactly. Like, why? Why can I not appreciate the designs that are like really, really cool? Like the pictures of Spider-Man or like the stupid like pigeon. Like that is so cool. Yeah, I'm gonna block. What do I want to block here? Probably you. I'm gonna Tameo Safekeeping here to gain some life. It has hexproof, and indestructible for turn, which is phenomenal. So we only took 2 damage that turn, essentially. Ah, come on. Give me a land. Oof. Lifelink is also just really sick. Is Armadillo Cloak going to be enough? I think it is. Yeah, I'm going to take the forest. And we're gonna go do the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna hold the Glade Cover Scout in hand because, of course, we are. Rally at the Hornburg again. 1, 2, 3. I think I am chump blocking here with the spawn. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Because I do need to get better here. Need to not take as much damage. Barn Epicure. All right. I love some of the cards that are from Edge of Eternities. It's just so freaking sweet. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got 1 card in hand. I think I am on the block here. Blood token. 1 damage to each opponent, each creature they control. Excellent. Yeah, that's not going to help you right now. Nope, attack with the crew. I think I'm going to block you, because you get the most value later. Okay. Ooh. All right. What is better here? I think it is just Armadillo Cloak, right? Because we get a 5/5, I gain 10. I think that is just the better choice. And then I think we've turned the corner. They've got 2 cards in hand. We have a Hulk. Oh, we won. Sweet. Were we getting that extra land anytime soon? I was contemplating playing the Abundant Growth, hoping for a land here. Because I would have done 1, 2, 3, 4 off of this. No, it's not going to tell me. Okay, whatever. Yay. So quick yap time. So I want to yap. Gonna bring up, boop, architect. Yay. So, over the past month, I've been working on updating a lot of my current EDH decks and stuff like that. And I want to give a big shout out to a creator I've been following more intensely lately, Commander Balmy. He's a German Magic content creator, and he is absolutely like really nailing it, I feel, with like sort of philosophical, thought-provoking videos. I mean, his Commander and CEDH content is also just quite amazing. So definitely go check him out for wonderful deck brews and stuff like that. But some of his recent videos that were more on the talking side have been really, really fun to witness. One of them was a video. Let me see if I can find the title of this here. Why is it so hard to have fun with Commander? Commander Balmy, the big thumbnail saying you are the problem. And as clickbaity as that sounds, like, it's a really interesting thought piece. It goes into the sort of like profiles that have been associated with Magic players forever and ever. The Timmy, the Johnny, the Spike, the Vorthos, the Mel. And it was really quite illuminating for me, because over the last couple of years, I've been really reflecting on Commander, because while I love Pauper and I've loved Modern before it became this degenerate Horizons format, I mean, Commander's really been big in my Magic life. And I'm just like, I want to revisit my decks, rebuild them. Like, I rebuilt my Mael deck, I rebuilt my Reese deck. I've been slowly going through like my Child of Lara Commons deck. I say Commons, it's not Pauper, because Mystic Remora and Mystic City are in there, and the Commander is a Mythic. But this has been a big labor of love to upgrade my Commons deck to something a little bit more reliable and useful. And it's certainly been a fun journey to have this just mixture of a 5-color control deck with this like Reanimator package and stuff like that. It's been so much fun. Upgrading it with the Gates package here, so we have like Basilisk Gate and all this craziness here. The landscapes that help us grab our basics, but also can cycle later if we have like a ton of stuff on the board. Like, so much fun. Like, you get to play freaking Mind Extraction, man. Like, this card's brutal. So yeah, it's been fun kind of going through the deck lists and just trying to find out why do I want to play Commander and what makes Commander tick for me. And Balmy's video, I highly recommend watching it. It takes a little bit to get there, but I feel like the build-up and the prefacing that he gives for his argument is really necessary. And it's basically, it comes down to, you think you're playing Magic one way, and if you keep leaving the game frustrated at the end, even though you think you're playing it the way that you want, then really you need to look back at yourself and go, what is the experience I'm looking for? Not necessarily the play, not exactly the mechanics of the cards. What is the experience I'm trying to get out of Magic? And forever and ever and ever, I thought I was a Timmy, right? In the psychographs, I thought I was a Timmy. I wanted to play big freaking monsters. Mael the Anima's been my EDH deck since I began. I make it with these big cards there's synergies between them to help with the board and everything around them and yada, yada, yada. But it turns out in the new psychograph, like aspects of Magic, the Timmy, Johnny, and the Spike that have been reimagined by Mark Rosewater in the past year or so. I'm actually a Johnny. Not a Johnny like Planeswalker or Johnny, but like I am a Johnny player. I am looking for a particular experience to pull off a particular type of fun, a particular type of experience that makes my brain happy. So with Mael, I am looking for giant creatures so I can take big hits of damage out of opponents, but I'm looking for all of them to synergize with one another in a sort of like helping hand battlefield, right? Like we've got creatures that other creatures that I have will gain trample, which buffs them, or other creatures will have indestructible, or other creatures will have hexproof, and it's all a synergizing, building up this giant wall of big dumb dudes, right? Another deck that I've been slowly working on over the years is my Muldrotha deck, and this is probably where it really clicked for me that I'm a Johnny at heart under the new psychograph profiles, in that I wanted this to be a creature only deck. Only creatures and lands, and then a handful of non-lands. And by a handful, I meant literally 7. The new deck has, I think, 10 or 11 non-creature cards. But it's still in the spirit of what I'm aiming to do. And by being able to like pull this off with a control deck shell of just creature spells and abilities and stuff that just interact with the board, but they're creature based, that makes me a Johnny. And that kind of really lit the light bulb there. Oh, I was going to ask if you wanted to go guard companion. Yeah, no. Unfortunately, I'm not that strictly creature. But yeah, no, there's some really insano stuff you can do here. And like I picked Muldrotha. Originally, I think it was Zarok. I think it was the one that Panharmonicon's ETBs and stuff like that. But Muldrotha gives me the reanimate ability essentially for all my stuff. And with the only instant or sorcery spell being literally Primal Surge, yeah, it works. I'm not trying to like combo off or be just like a terrible dredge deck with Muldrotha. So I'm not playing your typical Muldrotha, but things like the Spore Frog, the Haywire Mite, they're in here. But I'm playing crazy bounce spells like Cloudstone Curio, Cavern Harpy to just bounce things and get value. I've got the loop of like Shigeki, Jukai Visionary, Colossal Turtle. I count this as a 3-drop. You know, Web Strike Elite, you cycle it to just like to dismantle a whole bunch of stuff. We've got counter spells, recursion, graveyard hate, brutal card draw and tutoring. Like there's a whole lot of stuff this deck can do, especially like the new Scavenger Regent. It's a wipe. It's a board wipe on a creature. Technically, it is a sorcery when you cast the Omen. I don't care. This is a creature first and foremost, and I get to spell it. That's like incredibly cool. Because I'm pretty sure Primal Surge looks at this and goes, yup, that's a creature, and puts the dragon in play. Like primarily it is the Regent. So yeah, this deck is super fun in sort of like the cerebral world, right? Way back when I made Azuriel Claw of Progress, which back in the day, this thing was absolutely brutal. This was your Pub Stomper sort of deck, like, or commander for your Pub Stomper deck. I made it all about morphs. And this was before they came back in like Murders at Karlov Manor and stuff like that. Face down creatures in general. So like you had all of these 2/2s for 3 mana in this deck, and it always triggered Azuri. And so your 2/2s just became like big beaters, even if they were kind of worthless. But it was a fun little concept, and it lost a lot, but if I was able to do my thing a little bit, like, it did the thing. I have so many cards here. Where is it? Yeah, the maybe board. I was like trying to figure out the maybe board for this a long time ago, and I think I've given up on this deck, quite honestly. I think it fulfilled its purpose for a little while, and I kind of lost interest in it. There's just so much you could do with morph and whatnot that I don't think one singular deck is where I would want to put it. But with that said too, it's like I find it interesting that, at least for me, like one of my goals is to eventually have a deck of every color combination. It's sort of like a long-term wish list thing. It's not like I am gunning for it. There was a time when I was, but I'm no longer just gunning for it. So I built like a mono green turn off your brain, go burr deck here, and like this thing is disgusting. All right, so like it's Galta Primal Hunger. Surprise, surprise, this thing goes hard, right? So we've got all the haste. We've got 4 hasty equipment here, because what good are your big dudes if they just don't attack immediately? We've got a ton of mana ramp dudes in here. I am talking a ton. We are getting so much manas. We've got card draw out the wazoo. We've got big bigs for a little mana. We've got stupid big dumb vanilla creatures. We've got trample. 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 We've got jumbo cactuar, because this literally is the most Timmy of Timmy things you could do, right? And this deck is disgusting. I've played a few games with this online, and I am just drawing card after card after card after card after card, protecting all my stuff, making stuff even bigger, fighting things IRL. It is an absolute monster. And this thing is only bracket 2. This thing is only bracket 2. So like, it's really cool to be able to brainstorm in this sort of like, I just want big things to go burr and get to the point where I can go burr. Ta-da! Easy peasy. Play land, play ramp, draw a card, play big smash. Exactly. Do I want to think about, if I do this and then I can do this? No, math is for blockers, go. And it's been fun. My Marath Beasts deck, I have been slowly tooling. You'll look in here and go, it's Marath. Wait, you're running engineered explosives? Yes, because token decks just absolutely run me down. Guess what? Engineered explosives takes care of token decks. We've got more haste. We've got more haste. We've got Basilisk Color that makes Marath completely unreasonable. We've got a whole suite of beasts and card draw and beasts and more card draw and fight spells and board wipes. Just holy moly. We got more haste, Footfall Crater. Like, this is a thing. 1 mana, your land gives something trample and haste. What? For 1 mana kicker, your creature gets trample and haste? Sure, why not? I have found a lot of success with the gift cards. Parting Gust, and I think Wear Down is in here too. Where is it? There it is. Wear Down. Super fun. Make your move, destroy an artifact, enchantment, or a big creature. Sure. This is really fun. And the whole deck is still very much in the vein of these cards are simple. These cards are easy to understand. Bushwhack is incredibly diverse in what you can do. Dismantling Wave is incredibly diverse with what you can do with it. You still have your big game-ending spell like Titanic Ultimatum or like Godsire, getting absolutely ridiculous here with tokens. You've got removal, removal, removal. But it's a way to do this with just a, oh, this is a Beast Tribal deck. And it makes me happy. One thing here that I will note is that there are 2 decks in here that are ostensibly not my decks. And I've kind of finally opened up to the idea of actually taking on decks from creators that put them out there for people to use and people to see and analyze. And picking, for me, I pick one deck from those creators when I feel like it fits a hole in my deck roster that I want it to fill. So for example, this Xyrus Cocoa Buffs deck, right? Xyrus the Writhing Storm. Whenever an opponent draws a card except for the first one they draw each turn, during their draw steps, create a 1/1 green snake, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you and that player draw that many cards. Old watchers of Salubrious Snail will notice that this was his friend's deck. This was his friend's Cocoa Buffs deck. Look at that salt score. It's almost in the negatives. It's insane. For $100, you too can have Cocoa Buffs where you play cheap, efficient beaters and mana things and draw spells and draw spells and draw spells and draw spells and bacon strips and just completely pump spell your way to an aggro victory. It is absurdly fun to play this as a teamer deck too. Like in Commander, teamer decks have this rap of being just combo central, right? You're either combo central or you're ridiculous control central, blah, blah, blah. Nah, this is trying to get in there with the red zone. And the only thing I think I did with this deck was I upgraded the mana base. I think I added in things like Cascade Bluffs and like Dreamroot Cascade and those kinds of cards here because I wanted some more untapped lands. Yeah, like Stormcarved Coast, Rockfall Vale, Occlusion Forest, Fabled Passage too, because I had one. Like I did that to update the mana base and give it a little bit more staying power and not just all basics. But aside from that, I was just like really impressed with what his friend had come up with and how he analyzed it. And I'm like, you know what? I like that too. And for a teamer deck, out of all the things that I would want to build teamer for my deck pod, that works. The most recent one, and this was one I was unsure of, but eventually decided to do, was Eluge. Eluge the Shoreless Sea. This one, again, is from Commander Balmy. Huge shout out to Snail and Balmy. If you guys haven't watched these guys, go watch them. They are superb content creators and do wonderful video essays. Maybe someday I will do a video essay. I don't know, but these guys are pros at it. Eluge the Shoreless Sea was a, for funsies, on a whim, budget CEDH deck that Balmy made for his playgroup that do budget CEDH leagues in person. And this deck rocks. This deck is nutter butters because you get essentially free mana towards your spells. You've got all this interaction using the absolutely absurd amount of 3 mana counter do a thing spells that have been printed. Counter scry 2 draw a card. Counter or draw, look at the top 4, you know, impulse. Counter loot, counter blah. And then suddenly after playing him and attacking with him once, your 3 mana counter spells cost a single mana because it reduces the amount of blue pips as well. Holy crap, that's great. Sign me up. So I tweaked this for more of my speed of playing. I threw an heuristic study. His was a 50 euro deck. So about, I guess, $60 US, $65 US. I added a lot more to it, but that's because I own a bunch of cards that I wanted to throw in here. Heuristic Study was a card that I had in my old mono blue deck that I no longer wanted to play. Throw that in there. Cyclonic Rift seems great. Throw it in there. Threw in Brain Surge. Threw in a couple other random things. Cryptic Command, because Cryptic Command is just so iconic and fun. And being able to pay 2 mana for this is like insane. Get to recur time stretches, which is insane. So yeah, I liked the idea of like a budget CEDH deck that I might not play CEDH. Like I really might not play CEDH, but being able to have a mono blue control deck that can kind of keep its own pace and still beat in with a fish is amazing. So maybe I'll find one day one from like Trinket Mage or one from 3/3 Elk or something like that that I might want to throw on my list. But for now, I'm happy slowly adding to the roster. I've got a ways to go since I've doubled up on a few decks already. Naya, I've got 2 decks. I think at some point I had 2 5-color decks. I don't remember, but I will say once again, because I'm rambling and just going, oh, look at all this cool stuff. Go check out that video by Commander Balmy about, you know, the one with the thumbnail that says you are the problem. It is a really good thought piece and helped me kind of confirm what my suspicions were for playing Commander and even playing for Pauper. So when I play Pauper, I'm not looking to do like anything super wacko here. Like I'm playing Bogles because I want this certain kind of gameplay thing. If I end up playing Black Sack, it's because I want this certain type of gameplay thing. If I play, you know, any number of spells here, like God, blue in fact versus green in fact, like there's something that I'm going for. And I think that's something that each of us can take into our competitive experiences as well. And like, why do you want to play this competitive format? What are you trying to get out of it? Is it just because it is cheap? Or is it because there are cards you're looking to play with, or a play style, an experience that you're looking to get out of playing a competitive format? It doesn't have to be just to win. And believe you me, if you've watched enough of my streams, I'm not playing just to win. I am not trophying these leagues. I'd love to, I try to, but it is not my end goal. My end goal is to have fun trying to unlock the play pattern of a Boggle, the play pattern of, you know, Familiar Tide or Naya Bully or Storm or Tron, and live out the life of going natural Tron and turn 3, play a freaking Bramble Brush Hulk, gain 5 life, smash you for 5 trample next turn. What are you trying to get out of it? Are you trying to have interactive stacks with a lot of thought into it? Maybe Legacy is where you want to be. Are you looking to have like the perfect sculpted hand and the perfect interaction? Maybe Vintage is what you're looking for. Are you trying to play something that is hyper aggressive with a very good synergy? Maybe Modern is what you're looking for. Are you looking just to be broke? Maybe Standard is what you're looking for. In any event, being able to self-reflect on that is really cool and really nice. And that's just kind of something I wanted to yap about for a while. I know I've been taking a lot of time doing so, but yeah, I feel like that's something that was important to me and something I wanted to share. Yeah. So in any event, I am going to go get a quick drink of water. And when I come back, we're going to go into match 3 here. We are 1-1 with Bogles. Maybe we can get a 2-1 here in match 3, round 3. I hope. In any event, I'll see you guys in a moment. Boop. Boop. Hey guys, I'm back. All right. So we are going to be going in. We'll be going into round 3 here. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. And let's see if we can get a round 3 win here with Bogles. So we lost against Boros Bully. We won against Mono Red. Ooh, there we go. Did we win? Ooh, we won the die roll. Look at that. That looks like a perfectly unplayable hand. This one seems mid, but I will keep. I'll put back a forest. All right, let's boggle it up. Turn 2, unless we draw something really nice. Probably going to rumble. Ooh. Sus. Yep. Well, there goes a Spell Pierce. What could we expect from a Spell Pierce here? Are we Tolarian Terror or are we fairies? Paying costs. Brine Barrow Intruder. Okay, so we are against fairies. I was kind of hoping this was going to be terror. That sucks. Ooh, very nice. Okay, so I am worried about Snap. There's Fairy Miscreant. Alright, so you can counter 2-drops. Do you have the Snap? You have Counterspell. Okay. I still would rather have the Cloak here. We'll see what happens. Do you tap lower for... Oh, watch it. Who's it? No, I'm not going to block anywhere because it doesn't matter. I can't block the Fairy Miscreant. So I'm assuming that's what they're going to bounce for their ninjas here. Yep. Yep. Alright, fairies is not looking good for us. Alright.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Let's get in there. Eldrazi spawn. Is this a common sight in Pauper, guys? Look at this little dude go. Well, we know that spell starter sprite is now in play. It is now part of our problem. Alright, so you have another Moon Circuit hacker. Lovely. Yeah, I cannot attack with that, unfortunately. I will thin my deck with landscape here. May I ask you a stupid question? You may ask me a smart question or a stupid question. Choose wisely. Let's see here. Another hacker. How much do you need? What? Interesting. All right. One mind as well. Okay. We can counter 2 drops. Now we can counter 3 drops. Okay, I am screwed. Uh... Ah, that right there. I knew there was a wordplay pun. I forgot what it was. Oh, that's so good. I appreciate it. Harrier Strix, very interesting. This little spawn token is just doing God's work here. Discarded a ninja to get. What in the world is this thing? Flash flying. Draw card? What? Alright, I have no idea what you have, opponent. Okay. Okay. And then I die, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. Oh, the fire blasts come in. I don't know what else I would take. I think it's just the fire blasts, honestly. Trim a little of the top end. All right, let's do that. Oof, not a good keep. This one is mildly better. Honestly, Sulhan on Ledgewalkers is so bad. I'm pretty sure that I just turn 1 Utopia Sprawl here. And then turn 2, I have to hope they don't have a Spell Pierce. Because I can go Scout Armor. Or annul, I guess. Wow, they let it resolve. That is insane. This guy. Ilvoy Galeblade. Fascinating. This is interesting. Cloak is arguably what I want. I still feel like making a land drop is super important here. What do I want, like, right now? I attack for 3. They block with 1. Probably the Galeblade. I have a Deuter. I think I take this Sheltering Landscape. Land is going to be important. You don't block. Very interesting. Are there any good Pauper cards in Spider-Man? There are a couple that people are talking about currently, but we still don't know the whole set. I know one of them is like City Pigeon or something like that. It's a 1/1 flyer for 1. And when it leaves the battlefield, specifically when it leaves, not dies, it creates a food token. So that's pretty good with things like Core Skyfisher, other sorts of bounce effects, flicker effects. Wow, just doubling that up, are you? Wow. Okay. Another one they're doing is Wrecking Ball. It's not called Wrecking Ball because we have something else called Wrecking Ball in Magic already, but it's basically like a Wrecking Ball. Nope, I want to make sure that I grab this. Nice. Yeah, make a steal. It is excuse me here for a moment. My brain is focused solely on this elf getting into play. Anyway, so the Wrecking Ball, I think, is 5 mana for an artifact. When it enters, deal 5 damage to target creature an opponent controls. And then you can pay 1 in a red, discard the card from your hand, and destroy target artifact. Which, you know, essentially giving it 1 red channel, destroy an artifact. Pretty freaking good. Not gonna lie. Harrier Strix is out. Of One Mind, sure. Guess they're drawing for lands here. Of One Mind again? No. Just going for it. Okay. I feel like lifelink is also important. I'm just going to play 61 cards. I don't know if it's better than a braid, though. Being able to deal 5 damage in Tron is not nothing. Ooh. What do we have here? So this doesn't exactly accelerate us anywhere, but it does dig us pretty deep. I'm gonna mulligan this. Feel like I can do better. Can do better. Very nice. Keep this. Get rid of 1 forest. His opponent on the counterspell plan. Opponent appears to be on the counterspell plan. What do I want to do here? I think I plains lifelink on you. It is essentially an uncounterable abrade, though, when you think about it, Toucan, because it's just discard the card from your hand. Discard it as a cost, 1 in a red, destroy target artifact. Having a 5 mana big artifact that you can like later bounce or ghostly flicker in like a Tron deck that just freaking 5s a creature, pretty good. Wow, they tapped out for that. That's kind of crazy. Well, this is better than Rancor. Waiting to pay costs? Excuse me? Hello? Okay. Oh, I got scared there. What the frick? All right. Yay. We got there. Let's go. Was I about to get foiled? Were we within foiling range? Oh my god. I would have been so upset if they had foiled us. Oh god. Honestly, Spider-Man's interesting with a whole bunch of the reference cards that they've got here. I don't know if they're going to drop anything absolutely ridiculous on the Pauper side, which I'm totally okay with. A little slow. Got essentially 2 unblockable dudes into a search spell, armor, Sentinelize. Could work. Could work. Honestly, there's I'm looking forward to the Avatar: The Last Airbender stuff, which is a little bit more up my alley. I can't say that I am a huge Spider-Man fan. I'm not like anti-Spider-Man or anything like that, but it is not my cup of tea. Avatar: The Last Airbender at least feels a lot more grounded enough that it fits tangentially into the Magic universe, like IMO. So there's plenty of stuff there that I'm looking for. Oh no. Where is it? Terror Scred territory. I am not liking that. Yeah, I'm getting down a ledge walker here. They're gonna have an untapped blue source. Yup. So they've got counter spells, they've got lose focuses. got spell pierces. Get in for one. And to turn Brainstorm. To be fair, I think they started this game. Yeah, they started this game on 5 cards. I don't think I'll play a Spider-Man set. Yeah, I haven't actually played like any of these sets, which is unfortunate. But I mean, that's just the way the Magic world is currently. How can I spend the money to draft or play sealed one of these sets and actually have time to do it when you're releasing a set literally every month and a half? It is not sustainable. Even for the people that might have an amount of exposable income like myself, which is not a lot anymore. Alright, you've got a single volatile fjord up here. Oh, you just let that resolve. Oh, that is so good for me. One, two, three, four. They're 1 or 2 cards away from having Tolarian Terror there anyway. I'm good. All right. I was expecting them to try and maybe do something about the Sentinel's eyes, but they did not. And there's the Terror. One, two, three, four. All right, let's see what opponent does here. Nothing. Murmuring Mystic. Very interesting. All right. The diversification wins. Yay. All right. What can I do here? Am I worried about timing safekeeping? No, I'm more worried about their actual, like, stuff. I think I trim there, and I think I trim maybe a rumble. I think I trim a rumble. Yeah. So with all that said, I am very interested going into the fall here to start doing some oh wow. If one of these was an abundant growth, I think I'd keep. I gotta mulligan this. That is even worse. Deck, what are you doing? All right, keep that. I'll put back you. I put back 2 cards. God, that's awful. All right. One of my goals this fall is to start making that video content that I've been wanting to do all year. So I think I'm going to start with some sort of like channel trailer. And from there, maybe do a couple like small clips. Nothing like super crazy, but just like, ooh, here's a cool clutch win that we had. Or an absolutely brutal loss that we occurred. Or something along those lines. I am still looking to do like the sort of like Pauper deck tech videos at some point. I'm just not sure how to go about it because the Pauper decks tend to just change so drastically from time to time. It's just like, I don't know what to expect. I really don't. All right. They did not choose to annul that. They do have counter spell now. I am not terribly upset about. Let's attack. Let's rumble. Oops, ad time. Ad's done. Yay. I try to keep the ads fairly short and at an irregular interval. So glad that you gave me my like half a penny worth of ad view. Hello. Here's a thing that I have not seen. Mysidian Elder, Final Fantasy. When this creature enters, create a 0/1 black wizard. Oh, okay. So that's kind of a good card for the like Spellslinger deck here. Not gonna lie, that's pretty sweet. All right. Well, I can't attack with my warrior token anymore. Kind of sucks. Kind of surprised you didn't chump with the 1/3, honestly, because the 0/1's really the important part of that. But whatever. So yeah, I want to make a channel trailer, something short and sweet, something nice. I do want to try and make a couple of clips, just some little like short things before I end up going into my shorts / longs of here's Grixis Affinity, here's Tyrant Terror, here's whatever sort of stuff. Campfire. Really? Campfire? Okay. Very interesting. We've got 2 cards left. I don't know about that, buddy. I guess even with deck tech things, it's like even if I'm just going over the deck itself, like the specifics of the cards don't necessarily matter when overall it's just like, here's what this deck does play style wise. Is this something you're interested in? I think is a good like sort of advertisement for each archetype in Pauper. I'm expecting the counterspell / annul. You're thinking about it. Breath weapon. Okay. There's Tolarian Terror. This thing is jump blocking, absolutely. No, it's just getting in there. I don't know if I agree with that attack, but sure. Huh. Okay. I don't think that attack with the Elder was the correct choice. Well, unless you've got like Ghostly Flicker going on here. Is this another terror? No, Lauren revealed. Okay. That's fair. No land drop? No land drop. Alright, so you've got all business. I'm expecting the annul / spell pierce. We have the spell pierce. Wow. Take 5, go to 4, you gain 2, you're up to 6. I can recast Sentinel's Eyes this coming turn. It's escape 2, right? Yeah, escape 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can terror. You're ooh, Commodore. Very interesting. Oh, hello. Opponent disconnected. Opponent? Hello. Well, we are now waiting for our opponent to come back. I don't know what opponent is planning to do here. So Sentinel Eyes would give us +1/+1 vigilance, an additional +1/+1 from ethereal armor. So we would be at 7/7 first strike vigilance, which still gets rid of the terror and the Commodore, and they have the monarch attacking with the other Boggle gets blocked by Elder, most likely. Huh. Oh, they're back. They have joined the game. Probably has some spotty internet. I know those feels. A gardouche at the real anima. I'm curious if they decide to attack with the Elder, though. Being able to push through some extra damage. They do not. I think they are literally just keeping up Campfire. That's pretty good. No. No, that is, pretty good. Strike, Trample, Vigilance, Hexproof, Lifelink. Gain 2 life. Go to blocks. Block with everything. Block just with the Terror. I will get to the Monarch. GG's. Nice. We're 3-1 so far. Haha. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, quick yap session here. If I'm going to start scripting my little like 1-2 minute shorts of like deck techs, right? Like some things have changed quite a lot over time. Like Grixis Affinity is like very different from week to week depending on who you're talking to. Elves can be any number of things here. Especially things like red, right? So like we have red burn here, like Grab the Prize and Kessig Flame Breather, but there's also like the Rally Red, which I don't currently have built here, but like there's the Rally Red that we faced off against in round 2. Like, what's a good way of doing that? Do you think I just treat that as like individual decks because the archetype is so different? This sort of like Grixis discard mono red, which itself is different from was it Madness? What do I have it listed as? Rakdos. I think I have it as Rakdos. Yeah, Rakdos Madness. Right? Like this is definitely different from this. These would be 2 different decks, right? Like that's kind of what I'm going for, I think. Where that way I can be like, all right, here's boop, all these cards, here's boop, all these cards, and then like here's what your goal of the deck is, what you're looking to do, and how to sort of like play the game. And then when it comes to sideboarding, I basically just like suggest cards that were for sideboards and be like, you're going to want to look out for this kind of a deck, sort of thing. Now, am I pro at this? Should I really be giving sideboard advice in these videos? I don't know. I feel like sideboarding advice is definitely more like do your research, get it done. But I mean, like that's also something I could probably point out and just be like, yo, this is just introducing you to the deck. Sideboarding, you're going to want to look at this. Go find a Discord, go find a Reddit, and really look into this and ask around. The great thing about the community is that people that play red are going to want to help you play red. People that play Bogles are going to want to help play your Bogles. Like, I know the community that's been brought up around Strata Games and the whole Black Sack deck, right? Like, Bone Picker was a big sort of like talking point for a good long while. And it's just like, all right, well, we've clearly gone from this build, which is fairly old by now, to, you know, the one that's using the Edge of Eternity's card that can infinitely sack loop, right? So maybe that's something I put out there to be like, hey, you know, there are people that you're going to want to talk to. This isn't just an insular sort of, you make your deck and then just turtle your way through a tournament, right? Because that's a good social aspect of the game right there, is the fact that there are definitely players out there that want to help you succeed because they want the archetype to succeed, right? So maybe that's something to focus on with the deck tags. I'm not entirely sure how to go about them. I know I want to physically film the cards. I've got a whole bunch of these cards in paper, and I do plan on doing that on like a nice tabletop and just like camera up from the top, cards come in, and then just talk about it, sort of thing. Nice and quick, digestible, not really getting into the super nuance of each deck. I guess that's kind of what I want, because it's like, you play Pauper, well, what do you play? So it's like, oh, I play Elves, I play Affinity. But there's so much more going on than just those 3 words. I play blank. I think that's a good sort of eye-opener thing. And then eventually I want to do sort of like YouTube longs of like maybe 5-10 minute videos, if that, going about like, here's the deck, here's what people have historically played, here's what people are currently playing, and maybe do a little bit more research per deck to be able to more comfortably say, you want these kinds of cards for these kinds of matchups, etc. Because let's be honest here, like, I am not doing this as a full-time job. I respect the people heavily that do Magic content as a job or like as a second job. I do not have the time, the free time to actually do like the research and stuff at the moment for this. So I'm going off of my instincts and whatnot every game and every week, which so far has been pretty good. But I also know that it is wrong at times. I am a mere human slime. Think about that. But yeah, I don't want to give people misinformation, but I also want them to get enough information that they can make some educated choices about what they would want to play if they suddenly get like drawn in, you know? Something to think about. Anyway, enough yapping. Back to the matches. So we are currently 3-1 going into round 5 with Bogles, and I am super stoked. It's been a while since we've been 3-1 going into the end game here, and going 4-1 would be great. Getting back some prizes would be phenomenal. I'm hoping that we get there. We had some pretty tough matches, not gonna lie. I was very scared against the fairies deck, very scared against Izzet, but we eked out the win, and I will take that. It may not be like the super competitive players, because I know when I used to digest Magic content all the time, I would look for the pro players. I would look for the Luis Scott Vargas. I would look for the Paulo Vito Damadorosa. I would look for, you know, all these people that were just super good, you know, Yellow Hat. I'd look for all these guys, Brian Kibler, and I'd find their stuff. And even if they were just like vintage cube drafting or something like that, their insights were valuable to me. I cannot pretend to be like that. I am not a pro player. I do not have the Reed Duke vision or the hair. You know, it's something that I don't have, but I do have an enthusiasm for the game, and I do have a love for the game. And I'm hoping that just being able to be like, here are decks that are cool is enough. That enthusiasm is enough. All right. Oh my God. We won the die roll again. This is so good. All right. So we have an elf. We have a rumble. We have an armor and a mask. Oof. This is asking for a lot to go right, but it could go right. It could very well go right. Please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. All right. Boom. His land. No, we're playing against blue. How dare you? Well. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't do it. Son of a bit. Force spike. That's even worse. That's even worse. How dare you? I am offended. But you are playing the correct artwork for force spike, so I give you that much. How dare you? Force spike. Okay, so this is probably Fae. This is most likely Fae. Our arch nemesis twice in a league? I don't know, man. I don't know. Yup. All righty. Let's rumble. I'm expecting the counterspell. They did not counterspell. I'm very happy about that. Let's grab a cloak. I cannot attack. All right, so we can crack this shelter. Thought Scour. Okay, no, we're against terror. All right. I almost always remember Force Spike being in Fae, so this is a better matchup. They kind of have a counter spell though, so I'm kind of happy about that, honestly. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's see what you've got. All right, that works. So this appears to be mono blue terror. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4. They are going Delver. All right. Or Spike. Sure. Fully anticipating the counterspell here. They do have it. All right, well, they are super counterspell heavy. 2 force spikes, 2 counterspells. Granted, that one got milled over. But wow. They are going to flip that naturally because of course they always do. Mental note. You can mental note. Lauren revealed. Deem inferior. Wow. There's a Cryptic Serpent. I have a single card, or a single mana open. Please not another land. Boggle. You are the worst. Man, our deck is now officially bricking. What is going on? 5 mana, hard cast Lauren revealed. Lovely. Getting in there for 9. I would totally do that. Oh, just 3. Okay. You may do that. All right, 1, 2, 3 enchantments. They have an absolute ton of card draw going on here. Sleep of the Dead, not effective. Sure. Another Tolarian Terror, lovely. Another Tolarian Terror, lovely. That is absurd. So even if I hit Ancestral Mask here, so that gets me 2, 4, 6. It gets me 9. So that's 9. Which still dies to this, to a double block here. Right? You have 2 cards after all that card selection. Well, let's see what happens. What do we got? I'm pretty sure Illuminati is one of the topper. Yeah, Illuminati is one of the top trophy dudes. So super respect to them. Ugh. So do 9, take 9, or gain 9. I go up to 20, right? 20. So it's 5, 10, 19. Yep. Let's go in. You can double block. You double block. That is the deal. All right. They brainstorm again. What have they gone through? The 1 terror, 2 terrors. Serpent. So that's 11, 14. That's not terrible. Let's see what happens here. Another Delver. Another Serpent. Okay. Brick. Brick. All right. but we tried. Let's go here. We got Pyroblasts. I don't think Fairy Macabres are doing anything for us. I don't know. Rancor's really not doing anything for us either. Fano is raiding with a party of 3? Dude. Thank you so much. Welcome, Raiders. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for raiding, Fano. I am your local cat slime, Ceylon Cross. And I am a magic playing a slime cat. We are currently in the final round of a Pauper League here, and we are up against one of our big nemesises, Mono Blue Terror. Oof, I'm gonna mulligan that as much as I want to keep. Oh god, this hurts. I feel like I got mulligan this too. No, I'm gonna keep this. Got destroyed in Commander? No. Oh god. What Commander were you playing, man? Was it like bracket 3? Was it like bracket 5? I'm a big Commander player in paper. So I do love me some Commander bracket 3. Respectable. Very respectable. I'm going to keep this as much as this is probably terrible for me. I am going to get rid of Ancestral Mask. I'm going to hope to God that I can draw out of this by going turn 1 Utopia Sprawl into turn 2 Rumble. Sephiroth of the Hidden Ways. Oh, ads. Barp, barp. Bum, 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 bum. Yay! Welcome back. Ooh, that is actually, factually, really cool for me. Excellent. Yup, you're gonna flip your Stelver, because you always do. You have the Annul in hand, because you always do. I know how this is. I know how this be do. Alright, let's rumble. Let's get Spell Pierced or Countered Spelled. Counterspell. Yup, yup. We're in the lead in the beginning. It just stings all that much more. Commander is hard to win, though, I'll tell you that much. The decks I play are just for, like, funsies things, so I always anticipate losing, but it's just trying to, like, do my thing. If I can do my thing, I'm happy. Got behind after the first board wipe, can catch up. Ugh. Yeah. If you run out of gas or you just can't, you know, if the player really hits hard after that wipe and just like rebuilds immediately, then it's just like, oh, the other 3 are just so far behind. Well, let's go ahead and rumble again. Force Spike, of course. This is a very aggressive counterspell list too, which is like really interesting to see. I had 0 cards in hand most of the game since someone was playing a discard deck. Oh my god. The discard deck. We are just trading blows here. I am on the back foot, however, which is not so great. This is the Cryptic Serpent with the Annul. I think what I'm going to do is ram through there. But it ended up being too much discard. Yeah, yeah. All right, good Cub Scout. Womp womp. Just did not draw more mana. Like, technically speaking. Secrets of the Hidden Ways. I'm trying to remind myself of them. Oh, okay, I see. Venture into Dungeon. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I think we're just dying from aggro here. We got tempoed into oblivion. All right, bottom. Wow. Nope. Darn. We lost to a really good player playing really tightly. Dang. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming, Fano. I hope you have a good evening wherever you are. Man. So we got one treasure chest. We got our play points back, though, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. We ended up going 3-2 that game. The game was 17 turns. Oh my god. That's like forever in Commander years. Yeah, well, thank you guys for coming from Thanos raid there. Appreciate you. If you want to stick around just a tiny little bit, you can. But unfortunately, I too am going to be wrapping up shortly here. So I'm going to be going into my sort of end stream yapping. Because unfortunately today I cannot play a second league. Just going to play the one league and be done with it. I got IRL stuff to take care of. You know, slime chores and whatnot. But yeah, so we lost the first round against Boros Bully. We won against Mono Red Rally, a really fast aggro deck. That was incredible. The next game we won against... Oh my god, now everything's blurred together. No. Can't remember what I played against. No. Oh, this was fairies. This was mono blue fairies. And then we won against, is it Scred? So like Scred Tolarian Terror. And then this was the mono blue terror. And we lost against a very skilled opponent playing a very powerful deck. So no shame there. But yeah, so this was the deck we were playing, guys. A pretty stock Bogles list. We had our 11 Boggly hexproof dudes. We were running a couple of ram throughs for removal, malevolent rumbles for dig. We had our cloaks, our masks, armors, sentinel's eyes, a couple cartouches just for flavor, a few rancors. Yeah, typical deck. Running the sideboard here, we were running a single life link against aggro. Mask of Law and Grace to help shore up against Crypt Rats and Corkland Shamans. Did not need these this game, or this league. Standard Bearers, this is for your elves, your Gates deck, your other Bogles matchups. Did not need these this league. Tamiyo's Safekeeping. Pretty clutch against decks that want to blow up your enchantments and or again want to wipe your dudes early. Flaring Pains, we did bring these in against the Boros Bully. Again, Prismatic Strands is a big threat for us because we are so heavily mono-colored here with our attackers. Pyroblasts, that's kind of self-explanatory. You gotta hate the blue decks. And Fairy Macabres. We did not see any land spy combo, but you gotta respect it. And a free exile dudes from the spy flip is pretty important. So yeah, again, thank you all for stopping by. This is not the moment I am turning off or anything, but I am just thanking you once again for coming by and sticking around. I do stream Pauper, or try to stream Pauper every Monday at 2:00 p.m. Eastern time. So if you want to catch a little cat Slimoo flailing around doing their best, I'm your guy. I love to play a variety of Pauper decks. Today is Bogles. This is one of my pet favorite decks. Before I've played things like Blue Terror, like what we just went up against, with Cryptic Serpents and the Terrors. I've played Black Sack Combo, Aggro, Carrion Feeders and the like. I've even built, you know, and played Affinity Grixis and stuff like that. Kirkland Shaman is an absolute beast in this format. If you're not familiar with it, you should. It's a good card. Played all sorts of crazy stuff. Blue-green Petitioner Mill. Yes, this is a deck. Yes, you can win games with this. It is absolutely brutal. Storm, by God, there are Storm decks. Not even joking. This deck can get there. It is absurdly fun. Speaking of which, Creatureless Infect is also a deck I've played here. It's been a hot minute. It is a tough deck to pilot. And the environment has to be right for it, I think. But you can poison out an opponent by just casting non-creature proliferate spells endlessly. So interesting, so much fun to do. But yeah, I highly recommend, if you guys want a format other than Commander, obviously, to check out and sink your teeth into a 60-card format. Pauper is definitely the way to go. Decks are fairly affordable. They're easy to acquire, easy to maintain. Unlike Modern and Standard, they don't rotate. Very rarely are there bannings that absolutely are just out of left field to like fake rotate the format. When things are banned, it's because they are an absolute toxic menace. But you get to play cards like Battle Screech and make Herbs and Militia Bugler and get more dudes that bounce dudes and get card advantage and stuff like that. Like, there's some really crazy stuff you can do. You can build a deck that makes too much water and turns all of your opponent's lands into islands and just screws them out of colors. So yeah, I highly recommend Pauper. It is an affordable format, 60 cards. You can play it on Magic Online. You can play it in paper. Hound your local game store to see if anyone would be interested in doing this, because for about $50 US to about $70 US, you can make a deck. You can make 2 decks for like $100 if you, you know, already have a number of cards from like your collection. And you can go to town. Like, this is really, really fun, and I highly recommend it to folks. That's why I stream it. So yeah, that is going to be all from me today, though. I do have stuff I need to do, and yeah, unfortunately, this is one of those weeks where it's just like, man, I got my magic fix. Gotta run. So this has been your local cat slime, Ceylon Cross. Wishing y'all a good rest of your day, and bye-bye. 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 Bye.